Ciao Milanisti, it's your boy Kush in the Milan Corner. A lot happening in the transfer market, a lot of random reports floating around, so I'm back with another rumor or reel. These are some of the players and reports we're going to be looking at, but before I dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you can watch the Milan Corner videos as soon as I upload them. Alright Milanisti, diving in with Bakayoko, a former Milan player. This report apparently came out of nowhere. So Bakayoko was with Napoli last season, has his contract with Chelsea till 2022. That means he only has a year left. So if Chelsea wants to cash in, it's probably gonna have to be now. At the same time, for Milan, if you think about it, our double pivot midfield with Benacer and Kessie. Guys, we have some cover for Benacer if Tonali comes in, but do we have any cover for Kessie? If Kessie gets injured, we have a huge giant hole in our midfield, and that hole can be plugged by Bakayoko. Now, this report suggests that Milan have open conversations with his agent. However, no Italian news outlet has anything to say about Bakayoko's return to Milan. So guys, at this point in time, as much as I would kind of like this move to go through, I think this is just a rumor. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that De Paul is going to be going to Atletico Madrid. As much as he was one of my dream signings for the summer, I didn't really buy into this. That's why multiple times I've put the De Paul move as just a rumor, and mostly because his value was 30 million plus, and Milan just doesn't have those types of funds to spend on one player in a mercato. Which brings me to this comment that I saw in the previous video. Guys, I love when you disagree with me. I love hearing your input, so please keep that coming. However, I do want to address this comment right here. Elliot are the owners, AC Milan is the business. AC Milan is a football club we love, but at the end of the day, it is a business. And guys, a business has to generate its own revenue. You can't just keep pumping money into an organization. When I say Milan does not have 35 million to spend on Rodrigo De Paul, or any player for that matter, I don't mean that Elliot doesn't have the cash. I'm saying that Milan is not generating a revenue equivalent enough for the club to keep spending that much money. Because we didn't make the Champions League for 7 straight years, Milan has lost a lot of revenue, not just in Champions League prize money, but in TV rights, in branding, in the number of spectators that come to watch the games. I don't know if any of you guys have been to the San Siro. I have. It's not a very good stadium. It's very old. It's breaking apart. That's not the kind of stadium that a club with the stature of AC Milan is supposed to have. First step, they just want to balance the books. Milan have significantly offloaded all the crazy purchases that Marco Fassoni and Mirabelli made. Milan have almost gotten rid of all of them. The management has then lowered the amount of salaries that we're paying out. Milan has one of the lowest salaries in the top 7 teams, I believe, in the Serie A. The club sees its first step as just being financially sound, generating enough revenue from ticket sales, Champions League, merchandise sale, TV rights, and once that revenue is generated, then Milan will start putting it back into the club. It's a long process, yes, but you cannot have this expectation that the owners just keep injecting cash into the business. Silvio Berlusconi is still a billionaire. It's not that he was broke. Silvio Berlusconi's problem was that he saw that AC Milan was not generating enough revenue on its own. It constantly needed injections of cash by him. And that's not how you run a business. An organization, a business has to be self-sustaining. And that applies for a business in any field. Look at Inter this season. They just won the Serie A. They're about to lose one of their biggest players. They already lost their coach. Why? Because they were in debt. Why? Because they just swiped the credit card on all these expensive players. And now the bill has come due and their business is not generating enough of a revenue to pay off that bill. So what do they have to do? They have to offload their assets. Milan does not want that. It is a tricky spot, I agree, because expensive players very likely mean a little bit more success. But we saw what happened with Yong Hong Lee. We got all the expensive players, couldn't make the Champions League. So there's no guarantee. It's your scouting that matters. Maldini found Theo Hernandez for cheap, Ismail Benacer for cheap, Ante Rebic for cheap. That's the kind of scouting you need, and that's the kind of scouting we have. All we have to do is be patient. Wait for the results to come in a couple seasons. And at the same time, it's not like Milan's not spending. Look at what Antonio Vitiello had to say. Milan is actually the only club in all of Serie A that has already spent 40 million on Fikayo Tomori and Mike Maignan. Now, with the kind of performances that Samu Castillo put on last season, it was pretty obvious Milan's going to be looking for a right winger. Now, it looks like Milan at this point in time have made an offer for Amine Adli. Adli plays for Toulouse. He's a young player. He was League 2's player of the season, so he had a breakthrough season last year. Now, is that the kind of player we want to replace Castillejo with, considering the fact that we already have Alexis Salamakers there? Don't we need somebody far more experienced? At this point in time, it looks like Milan have made an offer in the amount of 5 million. They have added some bonuses for 1 or 2 mil. Milan are expecting to get a response pretty quick on this. Yes, Adli looks like he might be a player for the future, but he performed really well in League 2 in France. I don't think this is the player that we're banking on for Champions League next season. Based on the reports that I'm reading, it does seem like Milan have actually officially put in an offer. So guys, I'm gonna put these reports down as real. Which brings me to the signing of Olivier Giroud. Guys, it looks like the Olivier Giroud signing is pretty much done. Milan have agreed terms with Giroud himself. It's just about Olivier, his entourage, and Chelsea finding a solution now. Chelsea threw a monkey wrench in the whole situation with the re-signing of Giroud for 1 season, but really their purpose behind doing that was so that other English clubs don't get him for free and they actually have to pay a transfer fee. However, if he's moving internationally, they're much more likely and much more open to giving him away for free. So that, guys, that is real. Another striker being linked to Milan, Sasha KALIJIC. Guys, this name came out of nowhere. Who is this guy? He's 23 years old, plays for Stuttgart. He scored 17 goals last season. Seems like a good quality player. Here's the kicker. He's 6'6". The guy is 2 meters tall. Look at how tall he is. Look at him towering over our defender, Simon Kjær. Apparently, Maldini and Masada have already opened negotiations with KALIJIC. So if these guys are scouting him, they believe it enough in him to start conversations. I trust their judgment. Now, do I think that an injured Ibrahimovic, a 34-year-old Giroud, and a no-name KALIJIC are our solution for our striker problems? No, I think we still need a quality striker, and I really have a feeling that at the end of the Mercato, Milan's gonna find which strikers are at their club that are not being favored, and Milan's gonna try and do a last-minute loan deal. But I'm carefully optimistic about this KALIJIC deal. Guys, I think this is real. I think the profile can make sense. He's cheap, he's young, he's not gonna cost us too much in transfer if we bring him on, and he's not gonna have a very high salary. So this might be an interesting Maldini gamble, and I'm in for it. Milanisti Dzeko is always making a move out of Rome every summer market, and at the end of it, he's still there. So I don't see it being that much different this time around. He's 35 years old. Is he really the kind of profile we want to bring on with Giroud and Ibrahimovic already there? I don't think so. I really hope this is a rumor. There were a few links being made to Milan and Juventus, but I don't think this is true at all. At this point in time, with Milan having lost out on DePaul, I think we kind of need Çalhanoğlu to just sign that extension and just get it done. I don't think Milan want to look for a new central attacking midfielder. We were linked with Hakim Ziyech. I can't see that deal going through. So reports have suggested that with his own options running out, Çalhanoğlu is more and more likely to stay with Milan. And at this point in time, I'm going to have to say that those sound like they are real. Çalhanoğlu will be a Milan player next season. Guys, if Barcelona needs Milan to pay for him, pay 18 million or 15 million pounds for him, guys, that becomes a rumor. But if they're open to the idea of loaning him out on a dry loan and hold on to their own asset, and Milan gets a backup for Theo Hernandez on the left, then I think it's a real report. Firpo should come to Milan, but those links have kind of quietened down over the last few days. So I guess we'll have to wait for the Euros to be done before the market starts to move along a little bit faster. Closing things off with another backup winger, Diogo Dalot. Manchester United does not want to loan him out. Apparently Manchester United would like to cash out on Dalot. They've set a price tag, I believe, of 18 million. Yeah, Milan is not paying 18 million for Dalot, that's for sure. So unless this is another loan deal, Milanisti, it looks like Diogo Dalot's time at the San Siro is over. Which of these links do you guys think are real? Which ones are rumors? Make sure to let me know in the comment section. Keep the conversations going. Call me out for things that you disagree with. I love it. I love learning from you guys and talking to all of you. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this video if Milan can somehow get Bakayoko back at the San Siro. I like that move. As always, Forza Milan, grazie mille e ciao tutti!